So we trimmed down the bluet over there today, and
it was a lot of work. It's hard on the back, but especially on yours.
What's blooming now. And this is what James wants to review today. But I don't know if we'll get a chance because
doesn't matter.
We have
two of these are
quite a stack here to go through.
Two of these are basically previews. I've almost finished them. One I've finished up.
Yeah. But
and I'll be okay if we just do reviews, because like I was saying to Pauline, I'm looking at the Tom Petty there and saying, today it's going to be basically good reviews. I like doing good reviews. I love doing good reviews. I like doing bad reviews too, but bad things have got to be pointed out as being bad. But I love doing good reviews. So yeah, this is just a. Did you mention what it was?
It's Powerball.
A Powerball.
And today's smoothie, I'll give you the recipe.
Thing you should mention.
So James was talking about. He was telling someone, no, there might be some lactose in the for sugar in the smoothie, aside from the whole fruit. What's in the whole fruit? There's fructose in the fruit.
Yeah.
But then there's all the fiber and everything else that comes with it in there. So anyway, this one has no lactose in it. So if you want to make a smoothie and you're like, I don't know about the sugar, well, you can always choose that.
Yeah, I don't think the lactose is a real problem unless you got lactose intolerance. Yeah. As far as sugar is concerned, the same sort of thing with fructose. What you want to avoid is glucose, like if you got cancer, and sucrose. You just got to watch out.
Fine. But
I think glucose is fine.
The fructose, that's a problem if you're just, if you're eating refined white sugar, or if you're drinking fruit juice and you don't have the fiber there with the fruit.
Well, that would be a problem too.
Right?
The main problem with fruit juices is the stuff that's added, the sugar that's added. But not having the fiber probably doesn't help either. Yeah. So they say if you got cancer, just avoid fruit juices, avoid them. But that would be stuff you buy out of the store. I mean, I'm getting fruit juice here, and it's got the fiber in it.
Whole fruit. So what went into this smoothie today is 1 cup of sour cherries, that's Evan's cherries, without the pits, of course, and about the same amount of pineapple.
As the cherries. Yep. That's fascinating.
And about the same amount of yogurt.
Yeah.
And 1 teaspoon of matcha powder. And
that's for protein, right?
Then water to thin it to whatever texture. Matcha? No. Matcha is green tea powder. Sorry.
Okay, there we go. So it's probably good for you. Yeah, green tea is supposed to be good for cancer, according to Dr. Sylvain Schreiber, who survived 18 years with a recurrence of a brain tumor that, without him controlling his diet, came back pretty well right away after. Understand, he took all the standard things. He was a doctor. So he had the radiation, the chemo, and he had it yarded out too, the surgery. The second time, when it came back, he had all the stuff. So he didn't recommend avoiding conventional treatment, but he believed in helping it out with diet. And he didn't know much about diet. He was a typical doctor, but then he started checking it up, and this is just a testimonial, but you should take it for what it's worth, which is it looks promising. 18 years after the tumor recurred, 18 years he survived. Eventually it came back and took him, but when you get cancer and you get 18 extra years, bonus, unless you've got the mild form of skin cancer.
So all I did was I cut an X, like you see in a fountain pop lid or whatever, in the top of this yogurt container, and I put the straw from the inside, so then but you could have done it whither way, right?
Yeah.
But
this way you get more in there. It's full to overflowing.
And so I didn't want to chance it. So anyway, then it fits. I was surprised it fits in the cup holder in the Dodge Grand Caravan.
Dodge Grand Caravan, yeah. I
So
almost said the
that's
Grand
great.
Dodge
That's
Caravan.
way better than I was making fun of it when James got this vehicle. because the cup holders are big, right? And I thought, oh, that's, because this is the type of people that drive this vehicle drink big gulps.
Big gulps. Yeah, you
But-
were
yeah,
joking
I
about.
was.
I'm not a big gulp
We're not.
kind of person.
But
I was watching a guy
now
get
he
out
can
of his
put his
car
smoothies
today.
there.
He's always walking around with a big gulp, and he's got a big gut as a result.
Yeah.
Big gulp, big gut. That's the way it works out. But I was just going to mention an indication of how good this is I had to do some power drinking with it because there was
It
more
wouldn't all
out of the
fit.
blender. So I'd just woken up, I was kind of eating it somewhat reclined or drinking it. It's almost like eating it because you're getting so much stuff in it. And I was able to power drink it pretty easily because it was pretty tasty. Of course, with me, it's hard to beat pineapple. Some people don't like pineapple that much. Pauline doesn't care for it that much. That's the way it goes. I have a sweet tooth, and she really doesn't. My failing when it comes to food is cookies, and with Pauline, it might be potato chips or something like that.
Yeah.
Everyone's got
I
their
have a
failings.
potato chip pregnancy I have to work off.
Yeah, she really worked a lot of it off today. Working on
Yeah, I
those
try
bluets.
to work hard in
The
garden.
nice thing, if you've got bluets and it gets this kind of, is that rust or mold that gets on it?
Mildew?
Mildew. If you get it,
I can't remember which is which. Downy mildew, one's powdery and the other one's downy mildew. And, one of them affects the top of the leaf and the other one the bottom, but I can't remember which is which. Because frankly, I don't care.
and really, I mean,
So I never managed to
when
put
they
it to
go,
memory.
you don't really care. But if
Yeah.
you take them out and you've got a long enough growing season, you're going to get a second crop.
Yeah, we're
I
already.
didn't know if Pauline realized
some of
that.
the
I
blooms are
certainly
starting
didn't
to
realize it.
come back up.
I was the first to discover a bud, and it's going to have time to bloom
Yep.
before it's going to have a month before frost sets in.
So that's nice.
But Pauline discovered a couple of
blooms that
blooms,
are already out. and
one
then
a bud that's all kind of
just
breaking out in
about,
bloom. So
yeah.
you're encouraged if you end up with this.
And plus your garden will look prettier without it.
way prettier,
Yeah.
even if you'll have some greenery there already.
Yeah.
So I wish we'd done this in previous years. We've had this
Yeah, well, we've
bluet
been
problem.
doing other things. I mean, there's only so much time a person has, and if you have the time, well, why not? It'll look better. But anyway, this
Energy,
is James's
is a-
harvest from his Peatvale Row today, and he
Yeah.
has nothing
It
from
was off the corner
his
thing, right?
backyard. Yeah,
Yeah, I recognize
the
him
awesome,
watching.
my favorite tomato of the year.
Yeah,
And this is my harvest from
your Peatvale.
my
Road.
Peatvale Row. So it's quite a bit bigger harvest.
But look at that variety. Eh? You see the
I have
different
three
shapes,
kinds,
different
yeah,
colors,
in my-
and all that
that
sort
are
of stuff.
right now that are really going, and the one that's going the most, that's producing the most, are this size. It's just loaded with
Are
them.
those
and
called
they
cherry
keep-
tomatoes,
Yeah.
or are those a little bit big? Yeah.
Yeah, but
Now, some of them get split there.
yeah, one
I
of
don't
them
know.
split, and I have to watch that because I don't like the ones that split.
Well,
So
you have to harvest them. And
You have
once you
to
harvest
be-
them, you have to eat them right away
Mhm.
because they
you
will
have to
get moldy.
make sure
or
you
whatever.
look every day. If you have tomato varieties, like I had mentioned in the past, I used to grow Cherokees. It's a tomato type, and they're beautiful. But boy, would they split!
Oh, I know those ones.
they split like
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And so we had to be on top of it, and it was frustrating. And finally, we decided that's it. It's not worth it. So
Because you have to harvest them and all that sort of stuff. Now, all these other ones, the advantage of harvest, almost everything else out there's lots of green tomatoes. They're going to, hopefully they'll come along online, kind of like an assembly line, and up until frost time, we won't really have to be pounding away at harvesting and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So anyway, I guess what do you want to start with? Oh, I should mention that not only is the Jewel Mix producing more flowers now, but the Tip Top Alaska has started blooming. So that's awesome. So I'm very happy about that. And I'll have to go harvest some more Solanum today because They're
going.
oranging up all the time. They're just going and going.
I looked at the Solanum. I was asking, they're very small, kind of like berries by comparison with tomatoes.
But they're tiny, like this.
They're a fruit, right? Not
I'll
a berry.
go get one, sure.
But I figured that they were related to tomatoes, and I'm not sure. Pauline wasn't sure either. And we don't like jumping to conclusions. But they are edible, and more than that, I wouldn't call them exactly tasty. If you're expecting the taste of a tomato or something like that, don't bother. Don't set yourself up for disappointment. Sorry, these power bowls are sometimes a little spicy for my taste. For the average taste, they're probably average. I don't like spicy food. We were talking earlier about how different people have different tastes. I got a sweet tooth, and I definitely don't have a spicy tooth. I don't like spicy stuff that much.
So that's today's solanum harvest. So they're very small, and
so we just call that fruit, not a berry, right?
yeah, it's a fruit. I mean, a berry is a fruit too, but it's not a berry because this is. You can see it doesn't look like that.
So what you're saying is a berry is a subset of overall fruit.
So there we go. Now they're clean, and I've been saving the seeds so that I can give the seeds away to people.
And you've got one of those flats. Oh, you
yeah,
don't.
I have one.
Yeah, you got them on the other side.
I brought them over so that I could save the seeds properly. And so James is going to talk. Oh, he wants me to talk about these ones first. So
and drink.
Yeah. So I put. You might have noticed the order. I put Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Running Down a Dream, and then I believe I put Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers,
Damn the Torpedoes.
Damn the Torpedoes, and then I put Envy Girls, and then I put Celtic Thunder Storm.
That was music, right? The Celtic thing?
I expect
I'm telling you. I like Celtic music, but this stuff sounded too current to be really
so cheesy.
appealing.
I mean, if this was done by Celtic people, I don't know what they're going to do to revive their culture, because you've lost it. This is junk.
Yeah.
So anyway, I will talk about it in a minute. Envy Girls, work out for the spots that really count. And why are they called Envy? Well, Eliana, abs of envy, Natasha's buns of envy, Vala's legs of envy, and Yvette's arms of envy. And I don't know which one was your favorite. I think my favorite was Natasha's buns of envy. But Eliana's abs of envy, she was really good at what she was doing too. And
I've just got to see which one is which.
Okay.
Okay. I generally don't like tall blondes, the Dutch kind of version, but maybe she had a decent figure. Which I liked her actually. Maybe
you did.
Best. Which one?
That was the buns one.
Buns one. Well, were you saying the buns?
Yeah. She was my favorite one.
Yeah.
And
this one on the left, she's too
skinny.
thin. Holy smokes!
Yeah,
that's
and like I at first when we were the first one is Eliana, and she does a good job. Abs of envy. And so first we were watching her, and I was like, how in the world do her boobs not fall out of her top? Because I mean, they're right there all the time. Like, and James said, well, they're not really breasts. They're artificial. You can see, and he's like pointing out, see the line of the, here and stuff. And
there's kind of lines here if they're getting held up. Yeah. And you can see, and it would be kind of like that. And then there'll be a line
and then
here.
When they're on their backs and the boobs don't fall down, it's a little obvious, but
it should fall down to the side.
Yeah. But anyway.
Boobs shouldn't look like Barbie boobs, okay?
Well, she still looked hot. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
She looked great. And the boobs weren't overdone. They were
Not
there,
really, yeah.
But they look good. So she mustn't have had much in that department to begin with naturally, and then she just enhanced them, and they look good. But anyway, Natasha's Buns of Envy, oh wow, she did a good job on that, and she looked hot. So
she kind of had definition on her buns, but not too much.
Yeah.
It's bad when women, when their thighs are smaller up near the buttock. Women's thighs should just go like this, you know, and stuff like that. They should have a lot of fat on them.
And these women that are doing the workouts, they're very different type. They have a different style, you know, they're marketed to have a different style, whatever. And so we were noticing that even with the first show, it's only half an hour long each show. So they have, it says 4-disc set. And it's like, well, not really. You could fit them all on one disc. You know, why do they have 4-disc set? So, but anyway, we were noticing with Eliana's workout that even the women that she had 2 women with her in the background, right? And we were noticing, well, they're different styles of women, so or they're dressed in a way that would attract a different kind of guy. And really, this is not for women, or for a different type of women maybe, but this is mostly for guys. So I was joking about like how I was watching it. I would eat one of the we get hot spicy potato chips for free from the food truck, and they've been coming out with a lot of new flavors that are really hot and spicy, and I think that's probably because Canada brought in so many people from South Asia that like the spicy food, but and elsewhere.
Latinos probably do too.
Yeah, but I don't know, right? So we have a lot of spicy potato chips, and I love potato chips. I don't like them that hot, but and so I was eating them with yogurt, with that kind of yogurt, and so I'd have a spicy chip, and ooh, that's hot, and then a little bit of the yogurt and stuff, and then some chocolate at the end. So I was really power eating while I was watching the girls work, or ladies, young women work out. And I think a lot of people would do that. Like James and I, we used to watch belly dancing and yoga in the morning before we went to work, because I used to get cable television for the summer, so that I'd have the weather channel before I went to work, so I'd know what, because we worked outside. So I wanted to know what I was in for. Anyway, so I asked my angel, should I do the abs of envy workout? And my angel said no. And then I asked James, and he said no. Nope. He said these exercises would be so bad for the back, he said. So, like he said, young women like this, they should be able to handle it just fine. But unless you have back problems, even when you're young, right?
Some people do.
And some people do. But honestly, the scenery is beautiful in the background. I don't know if I think it probably is real scenery, because they're, like, at first I was wondering, well, did they do a green screen thing or what? But I think it's real, because we were watching the credits at the end, and it said something about Mexico. Yeah. So I think that's where it's filmed, and wow, no wonder people go holiday in Mexico. Beautiful. Yeah. So
maybe it's just we saw something that looked like launches, maybe not so much cruise ships in the background, and they seem to be anchored. I suspect all the people, at least the men on those launches,
now Bella's
were on the same
legs
side
of
as
envy. James thought she looked really great, that her legs were awesome, and she must be a very tall woman. She has like supermodel kind of looking legs, but
really, when you
it says that Bella was 2006 Playmate of the Year. Oh,
Playmate?
No. Starring Cara Monaco, 2006 Playmate of the Year as Vala.
Asthma.
So her name is Kara. We were wondering because we thought, well, I doubt that this is their real names, and so there you go.
Yeah.
Her name's really Kara.
Of course.
And
they have to end
Martina
up with
is Natasha, and C.J. Gibson is Eliana, and Brittany Lee is Yvette.
So which one is Vala?
Vala was the tall leg one. She was blonde.
I didn't know
This
a Playboy took enhanced women, but maybe she's not.
You didn't think she was. So Vala was the one, she wore a t-shirt and stuff. She had the biggest boobs of all of them.
Yeah, Playboy tends to specialize in that kind of thing.
James was looking at them and he's like, oh, I think those ones are real. Just very, very big. Really true big boobs.
It could.
Yeah, so you thought those ones were real.
Okay.
Now, Yvette's, those were the ones you had a problem with. So, because she was way too skinny.
Yeah.
And what they should have done is they should have given her like a tennis kind of skirt to hide the fact that she didn't have any hips, because she looked like, I don't know, 13-year-old boy. Really yuck. Sorry, you're a beautiful woman, Brittany Lee. Your face is the most attractive of all of the women featured here.
In terms of conventional looks, yeah.
Very beautiful. All of them are beautiful women. But, yeah, that too skinny. And too enhanced up top for
heavy.
how skinny.
Just a really bad look.
Not good. I don't know. Anyway.
Now it's for guys, made by guys.
I think so.
But not with guys.
Yeah.
So they showed the people involved. There were a few women in some of the credits. But hey, you guys, you're doing this stuff. Are you actually following what they're doing? They're guys,
really big
with
guys,
his shirt semi-off, and he's got
exercises.
God, it's awful. Then there's one guy who looks like a failed biker or something like that. Horrible beard and stuff like that, even worse than mine.
So I don't believe that any women would actually do these workouts. But a lot of guys would watch this. And
so what I said to Pauline
was
finish your thought.
Pretty hot.
What I said to Pauline after seeing the credits with the guys flashing their lack of bodies or stuff like that, I said, man, oh man, I think this is what happens to guys who are on Jackass, who suffer too much brain damage, and they go doing this kind of stuff. Well, putting it on, like you'd pay not to watch them work out, I'm telling you. But so it's kind of hypnotic in a way, watching people. And I used to watch guys work out, a little bit.
Really?
I wasn't turned on.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the women work out.
I could have done that when I was that age and all that sort of stuff.
But I don't think that women would watch this to work out with them.
I don't think so.
But maybe. Okay, Celtic Thunderstorm. This was so bad. It was very hard for me to watch. They showed the audience. There was a huge audience, and they seemed to enjoy it. But it says it was composed by Phil
Collins?
Kuchar? I don't know.
So it's not traditional Celtic music.
Well, Harry's Game is. There's another song on there that was too. But the other ones are composed by somebody else, and they did a bad job. It's not Celtic music, and it's not good. The lyrics don't even. To write lyrics for music, you have to understand the rhythm of language. And there's the best song on here was Harry's Game, because it wasn't composed by this guy. And the worst one was Stand and Deliver. Stand and Deliver. What did he say?
I remember hearing that.
I'll take your money or your life.
Oh, money, yeah, well.
So bad. So now James is going to talk about the rest of the stuff, and I'm going to buzz off for a little while. So enjoy.
So we'll cover the...
Oh, you can talk about the take your money or your life and explain why that's so bad.
Hey, like when you're writing music, writing lyrics to music. It's the easiest thing to say, take your money or your life. You don't have to do stuff. I'm reminded of, what was it, some song by Fleetwood Mac, written, of course, by Stevie Nicks. But I can't remember the exact example. So I'll start off with this. I'll save the best till the last. I'm the kind of guy that got a real sweet tooth, and I love cake. But what I like about cake most of all is the icing. So what I'll do is I'll turn a cake on its side and eat the cake part first, save the best till the last. So that's what I'll do here. This is the icing on the cake, even though it's substantially more than this. So this is has the cover of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Damn the Torpedoes. And when was it put out? 77 or 78? 1979. There we go. That late. Anyway, it's Tom Petty's third album, as I recall. And yeah, it says his third album. What do you know? Remember that after these many years. So this video was put out 2010. It's almost like a 30th anniversary, 31st. So this is actually pretty good. I see it has additional material. I didn't see that. Oh no, this material. 42 minutes of additional material, not including the TV broadcast. I think I saw that. I enjoyed a whole lot more than Pauline did. It looks as though it's over an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, something like that. It covers the album pretty well. There we go. You can actually see the cover of the album. Nice cover. Tom Petty's music always seems like red to me. So. Other people, it's seen something different. They generally did something like justice to the songs. They'd play maybe verses of the songs and stuff like that. What happens in so many of these documentaries is they'll start off with the opening lick or something like that. If they were doing Sticky Fingers, they'd start out ba 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 ba, which is my very poor rendering of the opening to Brown Sugar, which might well be, as I recall, the opening to the whole album. But then what they tend to do in the documentaries, all of a sudden the verse comes in. These guys don't seem to like verses. They like choruses and opening licks. But they seem to prefer opening licks because they love to have someone being interviewed. They've got to do their movie craft while lyrics are happening. Say what? You know, like what rock and roll is about, or should be about, and it was about when the Beatles were doing it. Maybe not so much the Rolling Stones. What it was about when the Who were doing it, when the Kinks were doing it, when it actually mattered, when Simon and Garfunkel were doing their somewhat attenuated version of rock and roll. It was about doing lyrics.